Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Nada According to Jack. Uh, as you can see, I have a very special guest tonight. He is my brother from the same mother, Mr. Andrew Toledano.
Hey everyone,
Hello, how are you?
good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. So Andrew, so first of all my viewers, if you look behind me, you see a drum set. So my brother Andrew is actually a drummer of a band. So you want to tell us a little bit about that and maybe 25 words or less?
25, 25 words or less is not easy for me, but I'll try.
Okay.
Maybe 50 words or less. We're a cover band. We play 70s and 80s music. We're called Rear View Rock. Kind of building our website as we speak. It's work in progress, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Keeps me out of trouble and something I get a lot of enjoyment out of. So
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, so we got our hobbies. Andrew's a drummer of a band. I do this kind of thing, and off you go. So we're going to get right into it. So tonight, our topic is a band that we both love, uh, jazz fusion rock band, Steely Dan. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our top 15. So the format, the way it's going to go, for our honorable mentions, we're going to mention our 15 down to 11. Then once we've done that, we're going to ping pong back and forth with our top 10. So Andrew, whenever you're ready, start with your 15 and give me your 15 down to 11.
all right, thanks. First, I'm going to say that this was no easy task. Steely Dan is a major influence to me, and I tell the story a lot that I actually learned how to play drums by playing the Steely Dan songs, when I was 18, 19 years old. Is really, I love the band so much, and I just tried to mimic what they were doing. And it's really where I got the beginning of a foundation of my playing and my playing style. So this was no easy task going through their catalog because I really love all their music. So narrowing it down, and on any given day, I might change my mind as to what's what, but as it stands today, here goes. Number 15 is a song probably not many people have heard. It's called Change of the Guard, and it's on Can't Buy a Thrill, the first album by Steely Dan. I like it because it's a very just a straightforward pop song, catchy. It's got like really catchy chorus, and it's really relatively unknown, but really a great song. Number 14, I got My Old School. That's
Nice.
on Countdown to Ecstasy. Great song. Really funky, soulful. Lots of horns, guitar work, especially the guitar, the outro is just fantastic. So it's just a great song. 13, and probably another one that most the casual Steely Dan fan has not heard, but it's called, I don't even know if I'm going to pronounce this right. It's called The Caves of Altamira, and it's on the Royal Scam album.
Nice.
And just a terrific arrangement. Again, lots of horns, a really jazzy, smooth feel, precision timing in the song. There's a great horn outro. One theme I've noticed about some of the songs I selected is a lot of them, have big horn selections, and the arrangements, are just second to none. And of course, Steely Dan they were masters at that. But moving on here, I got number 12. Is more popular. It's called Dirty Work, and it's on
Nice.
Can't Buy a Thrill. It's one of Steely's first songs. I'm not sure if it was ever released as a single, but it's a pretty well known song. I especially love the opening organ sequences and saxophone. And this song was introduced to a younger generation. It's featured on I noticed it was on HBO's Euphoria, kind of a popular show that's just, come out recently. So it kind of introduced Steely Dan to a younger audience, which is very interesting. Number 11, I have Glamour Profession, which is on the Gaucho album. Another studio wonder. This is in Steely's later years, and I think this album came out in 1980.
Yeah.
So of course by then they had totally mastered their craft by this point, and just the studio work is, the mixing is always great, but they really perfected it at this stage of their career. And I especially love the fading in of the horn section, the freestyle improv guitar. It's got a really groovy feel. And so far I haven't really talked about their lyrical style. This kind of tells a story of a drug deal going down in LA. So, their lyrics kind of are on the, how should I say it? Just kind of, the deviant behavior of society. I feel like a lot of their lyrics kind of water on. So, if you sit back and just kind of listen to the words of the song, you can just picture what they're saying, like a drug deal going down in LA, and meeting with the guy from Bogota, Colombia for a cocaine deal. But other than the lyrics, just musically, just a really great song. So that's my 11 through 15 right there.
Wow, that's a lot for honorable mentions, but that's cool. I'm going to speed it up, and I'm not going to talk as much about my songs, but then again, my songs are a little more well known. Those just happen to be my favorite. I'm normally all for deep tracks, but there are a couple, but we'll see. So my number 15, you mentioned, off of Can't Buy a Thrill, Dirty Work. That's a song. That's probably the only song in my list not sung by Donald Fagen. This is sung by David Palmer at a time when Donald Fagen didn't really have confidence in his vocals, so they brought in a second vocalist, and that was probably one of the only well-known Steely Dan songs not sung by Donald Fagen. Number 14, off of Katie Lied, another very popular song. I love that keyboards in the beginning. Black Friday, love that song. Always think of that song the day after Thanksgiving. When Black Friday comes, good stuff.
I actually, you know what? I almost had that on my list, but just quite didn't make the cut. But yeah, right. Great song.
Cool. Okay, so number 13. This is probably the song that I really got me into Steely Dan in the first place back in the 70s, off of the Asia album. And there are going to be quite a few off of Asia in my top 10, but this one is probably the biggest hit, the song Peg. Very pronounced backup vocals by Michael McDonald, as I'm sure everybody knows. Don't need to really speak to that one too much. Number 12, again, going back to Can't Buy a Thrill, Reelin' in the Years. That's a song that's been with me forever, before I even knew there was a such thing as Steely Dan. I just thought it was just another one of those one-hit wonders back when I was a kid. And number 11, this song is not on any Steely Dan album proper. Instead, it's on this soundtrack off of the movie FM, and it is the song FM, a song that I learned from my greatest hit collection that I had years ago. FM, no static at all. Do 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 do. Another great song. Nice guitar vehicle. You know, I tend to like their guitar works a little better, but not that I'm knocking their horns because they're great too. But okay, so to your number 10.
All right, let's see what I got here. Number 10. Number 10, and it's kind of weird the way some of my songs felt. Like it seems like they were grouped together, some of them by album. And that was really by no, not by design, but number 10 is another song off Gaucho for me, and it's called Time Out of Mind.
Okay.
And just very much like Glamour Profession, just, precise recordings. And like also like Glamour Profession, the way the fade in or the horns, and it's just very smooth, subtle textures and horns. But if you listen at the end, there's like another thing I like about Steely Dan is there's like a nice guitar riff that unless you have the volume up high, you might even miss it. But there's just a lot going on there. Great song. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my number 10 is the title track to the album Pretzel Logic. Great song, you know. I wanted to pick some deeper tracks, and that was one that just resonated to me. It has a great beat, great riff, and what more can I say? Familiar with that one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I look, the funny thing about Pretzel Logic is it's actually one of my favorite albums, but that's just what's so strange is I don't want to give too much away, but I don't have any songs from Pretzel Logic, which is, if you would have asked me when I was comprising this list,
Right.
I would have, never have guessed that none of the songs from that album would have turned up.
Sometimes it just happens, yeah. But
Yeah.
That's not to say if we were to do an album ranking, that might be close to your top because of how those particular songs gel together. That has happened before when I've done ranking the albums as opposed to top songs. But in any event, to your number 9.
Number 9, this one was, I went over the list again today just to kind of checking it twice before we went on air here. And this one, when I really thought about it, I was like, this one on any given day really could be in my top 5. It's such a great song. I don't even know how it ended up so far up the list. But in any event, it's called Green Earrings. And it's on the Royal Scam. And it's just a great, great song.
Nice.
It's just really groovy, really, really jazzy. I read up on it a little bit, and supposedly they brought in 2 guitar players. So in the middle of the song, there's one guitar solo, and then they lead into another guitar solo with a different guitar player. And it's just, me being a drummer, this is one of my favorite songs to play drums, in terms of Steely Dan songs. So just musically, just a fantastic song.
Okay, cool. So my number 9 is probably the deepest track in all my 15. This one comes off the Royal Scam. It's the song "The Fez." I just love that organ in the beginning. Do, 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 do. And then and what does he say? You got to do it with your fez on. Really nice. Little swingy type. Song.
It's funny that you brought up that song because I actually listened to that song today.
Mm-hmm.
And
I listened to Green Earrings today.
Yeah, and as far as the Fez is not, I'll just reveal this that it's not on my list here tonight. But when I was listening to it just a little while ago, I was like, how is this song not on my top 15? Because
I just love that
some great guitar work going on there,
and also the keyboards with that diminishing, those diminishing notes. Do 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 do.
Yeah, and also another song that was a lot of fun to play drums on.
Uh-huh.
I remember playing that one, especially, like I was saying, when I first started playing, I used to love playing that one.
Okay, cool. So you're number 8. Let's have it.
Number 8. So this is part of the pattern here. I got another one from the Royal Scam, and it's called Sign In Stranger. Definitely a less known song, but maybe it's because I like playing drums to it. But it's got a nice blues drum beat, and a blues like kind of tempo. And the piano work is just absolutely terrific on the song, and just shows how good Donald Fagen is.
Yeah.
The lyrically, I have no idea what they're talking about. They're talking about zombies, and that might be like a homework assignment for somebody to figure out what the hell they're talking about on this song. But it kind of starts slow, but it kind of builds, and then has just a terrific horn and guitar outro at the end that kind of like one of those kind of melodies that kind of just like stays in your head.
Uh-huh.
So it's just overall just a great song.
That's cool. Okay, so for my number 8, it's very quick story. So a few years back, I actually went to see Steely Dan at Bethel Woods, upstate New York, at the old site of Woodstock. Great place. I would love to bring you to a show there someday. If you can get up here and swing it somehow. But so we were having, I was there with Pete and another friend of mine from our youth, from our college days, and we were debating, some of the songs they might play. And I had, we were drinking some beers in the parking lot, and I went to one of the porta potties, and on the way back, I heard the song blaring out of somebody's car. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool if they played that tonight. And they're like, they're not gonna play that song. So we get in there, they opened with it. Black Cow from Asia. I
Nice.
Yeah, I love that bass beginning. Do 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 do. Such a great song.
Yeah.
And I am gonna have a few more off of Asia in the list as we count down.
Yeah, honestly, you can't go wrong with any song from that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have 2 more, not to give too much away. So your number 7.
My number 7 is, no surprise, another one from the Royal Scam, and it's called Kid Charlemagne.
Oh, nice.
It's a great song. It was one of my favorites when I first got into the band. It's a lot of nice guitar work in the middle of the song. It just grooves all the way from the beginning to the end. And
Yeah.
also, I was talking about their lyrical style. It tells another story of a drug dealer on the run. And oddly enough, this was also introduced to a new generation. Kanye West sampled this song on his song Champion.
Oh, wow.
So I reference some of these younger generation type thing because it just kind of goes to show the artist appreciation for a new generation. So anyway.
All right, cool. So my number 7, you mentioned already. It was in your honorable mentions. It's off of Countdown to Ecstasy, My Old School. And the thing that really grabs me about Steely Dan is I just love Donald Fagen's piano work. That piano in the beginning where it goes do 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 do, and then in the middle section where he goes into this little piano rhythm, against all the guitars. It's and then of course I love the vocal work, and the horns are great. The vocal melodies, I meant to say. So just I don't know how it didn't score higher, but that's my number 7. So your number 6.
Great song. All right, number 6, finally leaving the Royal Scam. So going to Countdown to Ecstasy for this one. This one arguably could also be, a top 3 song, but at least for tonight, it's number 6, and it's called Bodhisattva. Great song. Kind of a straightforward rock beat.
Yeah.
But probably some of the best guitar work in any Steely Dan song that you find.
Without a doubt.
High energy, you know, with a nice build up to end the song, and just you know, what can you say? It's just one of their greatest songs.
Even the horns really, you know, give it some oomph in, you know, in that middle section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was really strange was I you know, being a drummer, I looked up the beats per minute. I thought it would be like the 150, 160, but they had it clocked in at 110.
Oh wow.
So I thought it was a lot faster of a song, but anyway,
Right.
thought that was strange.
Okay. Cool. So that song isn't in standard time, correct? See, I'm asking you
Yes.
because I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is in standard time.
I mean, it's the tempo is 110 beats per minute.
Okay.
And I believe it's just you basic 2/4 beat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it later.
Of course, you know, I'm a self-taught drummer, so I you know, I in terms of time signatures and all those kinds of things, linguistically, I'm not up to speed on all that. So I'm very
Okay.
very what's the word?
That's okay. You know, the Beatles supposedly didn't know how to read music at some point. So,
But yeah, it's a straightforward beat.
Okay, cool. Okay, so my number 6, we're gonna go back to Asia for one of the last songs on the album, Josie. I just that's another song that really gravitates to me. When Josie comes home, so good. I just, you know, I just love that melody. Can't get enough of it.
Great song.
Yeah. Do 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 do. Yeah. Can't get enough of it. So you're number 5, down to our top 5.
Yeah. So oddly enough, now and I didn't plan it this way, but now I start getting into more well-known songs, rounding out my top 5. So number 5, I got Hey 19,
Nice.
also on Gaucho. And what I like about this song is just how smooth. It's kind of a smooth jazz rock song.
Yeah.
It's very soulful,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
of course the lyrics. Here we go again. The deviant behavior topic. But this is more based on an inappropriate relationship between an older man and a younger
Right.
woman. But I especially love the way it kind of.
He dated Aretha Franklin.
No,
Joe.
well, he's making a reference to Aretha Franklin, saying that the girl doesn't even know who she is, like she's never heard of her because she's so young.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I like the way this song, especially the way it finishes. It's you know, it sounds like he's playing a harmonica, but I believe it's a kind of a synthesizer imitating a harmonica, and just kind of the way it fades out. It's just a smooth. Just a great song.
Yep. Yeah, we may be hearing about a few of these selections you mentioned again, but number 5 you haven't mentioned yet. This is off of Can't Buy a Thrill. This is another famous hit song of theirs, Do It Again. Probably their, you know, one of their biggest hits, their biggest early hits. And that's a song that I just could not get out of my head, you know, from all the years of us going places and Dad playing, you know, hit radio. I would hear a few of these all the time. That and Reeling in the Years, basically. So always stuck with me. And he mentions my name. You better get back, Jack. Do it again.
Well, I got a story about that song, but I'm gonna hold on. I just
Sure. Okay,
I
so
gave it away.
Let's go to your number 4.
My number 4 is off the Asia album. It's called Deacon Blues.
Nice.
And again, and it kind of parallels to a little bit to Hey 19. It's just a smooth, bluesy, melodic song. Just really you know, almost it's almost borderlines on easy listening, but it's just such a smooth and you know, pleasing to the ear. You know, saxophone, um, um, and just a great song.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right. So did you do your number 4 yet?
that was it.
Deacon Blues. Okay.
Deacon Blues, yeah.
So the remainder of mine you've already mentioned, so which is a good thing. So I mean, I may touch on them a little bit, but not much more for me to say. So my number 4 comes off of the Royal Scam, Kid Charlemagne. I just that opening piano sequence for me is just to die for. I just love that, and and that electric piano that kind of leads you through the whole song. And then the female vocalists, singing Kid Charlemagne. I mean, that was total genius, I think. You can't
Yeah.
get any better than that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you categorize that as a lesser known song.
Uh-huh.
You know, I to me, I know every song, so I really don't know what's a deep track and what's not a deep track. But
Well, this was on it was one of the songs off my greatest hits collection, from years ago. So
okay, all right. So they put that one on a greatest hits.
But that's not to say that I did go through and I listened to every one of their albums before I put my list together, just to be fair to everything they've ever done. And it's unfortunate that there was nothing on either of our lists from Two Against Nature or Everything Goes, but it is what it is. I tried, so at
Yeah,
least I gave it an honest effort. So
yeah. I mean,
we're very well represented up to Gaucho.
for me, their best work came 72 to 80 in
Right.
these original albums.
All right. So you're number 3.
Number 3 for me is one of your songs that you've already mentioned, and it's Josie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's just always been one of my favorite songs. Just kind of quickly touch on what I've already said. The horns, the jazz influence guitar solo in the middle. It's got a little bit of funk. It's got a little bit of jazz, and of course the lyrics are great. Once again, it's just a great song.
Yeah. Can't get enough of it. So my number 3, like I said, you've already mentioned, and it's I think it's my one song off of Gaucho. It's Hey 19. Yeah. And I love that that piano keyboards combination throughout that whole song. And then even the softer section where it's sure looks nice. Yeah, it's almost like he's playing harmonics, or what do you call those? It's like palm muting almost, in that one section. It was do 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 do. Yeah, something like that. But just
Yeah, I mean, when I first started this exercise of picking the songs, I thought it would be, like faster paced and more of their rock style songs. So, when I really went through it and came up with Hey 19, Deacon Blues,
yeah.
it was a surprise. It was a surprise even to me.
Yeah.
That I guess I just love these.
At the end of the day, you're going for their best crafted songs. It doesn't have to be hard, but
yeah,
it's just the best melodies we're picking, basically.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
All right, so down to our top 2. Dying to hear your number
2. Yep. Number 2 for me, you've already mentioned it. It's one of their more well-known songs, and it's called "Do It Again."
Okay.
Off of "Can't Buy a Thrill."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is one of my favorite songs, even though it's such a popular song. One of their, I made some notes here. This one made number 6 on the charts, so it's probably one of their highest charted songs.
Right.
I just love the unique sounds. The organ solo kind of almost sounds like a slide guitar in the middle.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
it's just very unique. And
Yeah.
just
Almost
real
sounds
quick,
like he's playing a
real
harpsichord.
real quick, I have to tell the story. I don't know if we're running out of time,
No,
but
no, we're good. We're good for
one
now.
of one of my trips to one of my work trips to San Francisco, I was in a Japanese sushi bar, and all of a sudden, "Do It Again" comes on their sound system, and this they're singing it in Japanese, and
Oh my
the
God.
whole song is being sung in Japanese, except where they get to the part where they say "Do It Again,"
Oh
and
wow.
I just thought that was hysterical. But it just goes to show that Steely Dan is being listened to all over the world. I just
Well,
that
that's
was
cool.
that was pretty cool.
Hey, it's better than this band Babymetal trying to sing Judas Priest. Tell you about that sometime. Yeah, I guess you don't get the reference, but I'll tell you later. It's very
Okay.
funny if you've heard it. Yeah. Anyway, so my number two.
I don't believe I've heard of Babymetal.
No, no, you would have to. It's like, yeah, it's like animals being tortured. But anywho, um, so my number two is this band. I'm sorry, is a song that you mentioned, a 7-minute song off of Asia, Deacon Blues. I just, you know what? That's another song that's really gravitated to me. That's a song that I got a lot of airplay and listen on FM radio. So back when we lived on Maurice Avenue, and I'd listen to WPLJ. This was a song that came on all the time, and I love that groove and that nice smooth guitar groove in the beginning, and the xylophone that goes into the verse. And yeah, this is the day of the expanded man. I'm like, oh wow, we're in for a nice ride here. Good stuff.
Hmm.
Anywho, go ahead. You're
Yeah,
number one.
great song.
Yeah. Giving you a drum roll for your number one. Still there? Crap.